Okay. All right. Well, since we have a quorum, I'll go ahead and call to order the Bluegrass Governing Board of Local Elected Officials. And today is March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. My only nod to St. Patrick's is a little green pen. That's the best I could do. But, we do have a quorum. And I don't, do we need to do an official roll call?
Yeah, do you want me to just go down my list?
That would be great. Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah. I've been trying to track everyone as they come on, so,
Okay.
okay. Mayor Gordon,
Yes, here.
Judge Sarah Steele,
Here.
Judge Mike Williams, Judge Donnie Watson,
Here.
Judge Trilly Bottom,
Here.
Judge Woods Adams,
Here.
and Judge Eddie Barnes. Tiffany Reeves,
Here.
Kevin Moore,
Here.
Jeremy Hurd,
Here.
Stacy May,
Here.
Hannah Gregory,
Here.
Rachel Adams,
Here.
Colin Mosley,
I'm here.
David Dutlinger,
Here.
Todd Blanton,
Here.
Jennifer Hayes,
I'm here.
Amy Glasscock,
Here.
Matt Montgomery.
Here.
Okay, did I miss anyone?
Eddie Barnes,
Okay.
Powell County.
Pardon me?
Eddie Barnes, Powell County.
Okay, yes, thank you. So that's official. We actually have all 7 members on today, so.
That's wonderful. And I'm especially happy about that because we have a special presentation. And I see Matt Montgomery there in the beautiful room. I am so sorry that we cannot do this in person, Matt. But I wanted to honor you for your long service to the Bluegrass Web. And I think that you have just been what I call steady Eddie. And so what I want to do is read a proclamation for you. And it looks like this. And unfortunately, I can't present it to you in person, but I know someone who lives very close to you who will bring it to you. And I do this with great thanks and appreciation for your long, long service.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm so happy that you could join us. So here's how it goes. It says Matt Montgomery Day. Whereas Matt Montgomery, who has served as a member of the Bluegrass Workforce Innovation Board since 2017, is stepping down from the board. And whereas Matt served in numerous leadership roles, including chair, vice chair, treasurer, and member of the finance committee. And whereas Matt works at SAP, Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing, as Chief Expert and Strategy Advisor to the President and Chief Product Officer. And whereas Matt is well known for his attention to detail, which I love, and exemplifies the spirit of leadership, service, and dedication to improving the lives of Kentuckians through his professional excellence, civic engagement, and community service. And whereas since joining the Bluegrass Workforce Innovation Board in February 2017, Matt has been a vital contributor to the board's mission of strengthening workforce and economic development throughout the region. And whereas we thank Matt for his many contributions to the Bluegrass Workforce Innovation Board and to the entire Bluegrass region. Now, therefore, I, Linda Gorton, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare March 17th, 2026, Matt Montgomery Day in Lexington. Thank you so much.
Thank you, truly, Mayor. It makes
This-
perfect sense that it's a snowy day too, right?
Yes.
So,
This is where I would hug you and give you this.
Thank you, truly.
And this comes from the heart. You have been so dedicated, and we all thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been an honor and a privilege to work with everybody, and it's so good to be part of something where you believe in the mission so much. I mean, getting
Yes.
people back to work is so important and so impactful to our region. So thank you, truly.
Yes.
I don't accept things very well, but I just thank you.
Well, you are quite welcome, and I think it probably expresses the sentiments of everyone on here. So we appreciate you very much, and my special elf will deliver this to you at your house.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Matt. And
Thank you.
you're not required to stay.
Yeah, I will drop off at this point, but thank you all.
Okay.
Thank you all for serving and doing all this for the community. Thank you so much.
Before you get off, does anyone else want to say anything? I want to give people an opportunity just in case. All right. I know we all appreciate you, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, of course. Have a great day.
You too.
Mayor, I'll agree. Matt, before you go, I can't imagine the board without you on it, but I guess we'll have to deal with that. It's hard to remember you not being part of the board and being such a stalwart, as the mayor said. We wish you all the best, and
Thank you.
we would all hope that sometime in the future, there may be another opportunity for you to be in a role with the ad, for certainly regarding workforce, and there are other things you can do. I understand you do have a personal relationship with somebody that's in a leadership role at the ad, so and know some history there. We're just thankful that you've been willing to serve, as
Thank
the
you.
mayor said, and serve so well and so gallantly through thick and thin and difficult times without question, and challenging times without question. And this is not only for this group of leaders, this is for the entire ad. And I think we would all be comfortable speaking on behalf of the executive board and how proud we are of you and your contribution. And thank you.
Thank you,
Matt.
Judge. No, thank you, Judge. And I really have appreciated your mentorship over the years, especially just talking through all these different situations, which are not in my normal day to day. Definitely. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge Williams. All right. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you all very, very much. Thanks. I'll drop.
Okay, have a great day. All right, we have quite a few action items that we will roll on through, first of which is approval of the December 17th, 25 minutes. If I could have a motion to approve in a second.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Judge Williams, and I see, all right, Judge Watson. Are there any corrections or additions? It's on page 2 in your packet. All right, then all those in favor say aye and raise your hand, please. Aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? All right, that motion passes. And the second set of minutes is from the special called meeting on January 22nd, 2026 on page 4, and I'll entertain a motion and a second to approve.
So moved.
Judge Bonham. All right, Judge Barnes seconds. And are there any corrections or additions? All right, seeing none, all those in favor, same signs? Say aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? All right, that motion passes. Thank you. We have the finance reports, and I'll turn it right over to Colin. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor Gordon. So if everyone can turn to page 5, that's where we'll start with our November report. We've got 3 to go through here. So if you have any questions, well, let me first ask, would you like me to run through each one individually, or kind of scan through all 3, kind of running through the lead sheet, and then if you have questions, we can talk about it later, or after I get through. What do
I
you
think
think?
that's fine if you want to.
I'll just skip
Yes.
from November to December
Yes.
to January, and then we'll talk about the whole. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So at the close of business in November 2025, we were sitting at 40% overall expended on our total budget for the WIOA programs. We were at 40% at the same time in the prior year. Our admin costs had been at 51%, and they were at 39% at the same time in the prior year. Our adult expenditures were at 52%, and they were at 50% in the same time in the prior year. Our dislocated worker program was 22% expended, and then we were 27% in the prior year. Our youth program was at 42% expended, compared to 36% in the prior year. And then our work experience requirement for the youth program was about $116,000. And then you can see that our October invoice had been paid as well at that point in December 19th. And then I will skip ahead to, I believe, is that page 15? Page 15 is where we see December. On our overall budget, we were at 48% expended in December compared to 46% in the prior year. Our admin costs were at 61%, and that was compared to 47% in the prior year. Our adult expenditures were at 60% expended compared to 56% in the prior year. Dislocated worker program was at about 28%, and it was at 32% in the prior year. In December, our youth was at 50% compared to 43% in the prior year. Our work experience for youth was about $117,000. And then we also had our November invoice had been paid in the December. At that point, December drawdown had been submitted. That has already been paid as well, which we'll see on the next report. And then I'll skip ahead to January, which is on page 26. And so at the close of business of January, we were at 54% expended on our overall budget, and we were at 52% in the prior year. And then you might notice that the admin costs on this is less than it was in December. We did find that Equus was made an adjustment on their end. Some of their admin costs got filtered into the wrong category, and they shifted some monies around so that our admin didn't get exorbitantly too high. Because we had 61% in December, but we're at 55% in January. We just shifted made a little adjustment to make that work better for us. Our admin costs were at 55% instead, compared to 53% in the prior year. And then also our adult expenditures were at 68%. That compares to 62% in the prior year. Our dislocated worker program was about 33% compared to 37% in the prior year. And then our youth program was 58% expended, and we were at 48% at the same time the prior year. And then our work experience was about 117,000. We are tracking to get some more of that going to get that full 20% requirement fulfilled. And then December, that EQUIS invoice was received in January, and payment was issued on the 11th of February. So we're up on that. I'm sorry, that was for the December invoice, and then the January invoice, that one was submitted last week. I believe it was on Wednesday. I actually got an email this morning asking for a clarification on something from the finance department. So once they have that clarification in, they should be able to get the payment out to us to get that January covered too. And just to be clear, whenever the finance department is asking me questions, that means it's already gone through the initial review for all documentation and all the other things tied to, is this in the right grant, and are they charging the right grants? Have we, is there any misallocations? They've already gotten through that part. It's just finance asking a clarification on something. So we should see that this week. And at that, I will open the floor to anyone else on here. I'll also add that if you'll scan through each of these reports, we did start to add those detail reports for the BG CAP grant that we have from the Department of Labor, and as well as the Putting Young Kentuckians First that we received from the state for the youth programs. And the STORM 2025 grant is on there as well. You can see a detail page instead of just little bullet points at the end of the report. They have their own dedicated full detail report. So.
Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Are there any questions for Colin on any of the three reports? Chime in if you have a question. No questions? I don't see any, so we'll go ahead, and all those in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is anyone opposed? All right, that passes. Thank you.
Can we get someone to make the motion in a second?
Oh,
I'll make the motion to accept.
I thought we had it in the beginning. I've forgotten who did it though. Okay, so Judge Barnes, did you make the motion?
Yes, ma'am.
And then Judge Watson, did you second?
I did.
All right. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is anyone opposed? All right. Thank you very much, Colin.
My pleasure.
Next, we have approval of our new treasurer. Donna's not on here, is she? But Tiffany, do you want to go ahead and take this one?
Yes, ma'am. So with Matt coming off, we needed a new treasurer on 3/11. The BG WIB voted to approve Donna Angel as the treasurer. You can find on page 37 information about Miss Donna. She has a finance background. She was, I think it's like over 16 years maybe, with Community Bank and Trust before she went to Berea. So we would like to entertain a motion for the approval for her to be the treasurer for the BG WIB.
All right. Is there a motion and a second?
I'll make that motion. I'll second, Mayor.
All right. Who made the motion? I apologize. Okay, Judge Watson. I didn't catch you quick enough. And then Judge Williams, did you second? Okay. All right. Is there any discussion on the motion? No. We all kind of know Donna, don't we? She's got a great bio and lots of experience. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Is anyone opposed? All right, that motion passes. Thank you. And then Tiffany, I think you have the next item about our joint meeting.
Yeah, me and Robin will probably tag team these next few.
Okay.
So we need to look at rescheduling the joint training. When we were at SETA, Judge Bottoms made us aware that there was a judges conference that was scheduled the same time. So, Robin, I'll let you hand off on dates and all that stuff. How's that sound?
Sure, yeah.
If I may interject, it's the Judges Fall Forum. So I guess it would be better to ask all the judges on here who will be attending that, and because not every judge goes. So you may in fact end up with enough, or you may not. So
Okay.
Good point.
But the tricky part of that is that our September meeting is the full governing board.
okay.
So we really have no way of knowing that we would have, for that board, we would have to have 9 judges
Gotcha.
present.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
we figured that it probably, I mean, do you guys think we should go ahead and reschedule, or do you want to take the vote? I mean, I guess if every one of these 7 judges, that would be a good start. What do you think, Tiffany?
I'm gonna leave it up to the judges. Part of me is always better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Because whenever I'm sure with you all, you get panicked whenever you're worried about quorum, because nothing can happen if we don't have quorum. So in September is a very big, it's our joint meeting. That's whenever the fiscal agent is voted on again and all that. So September is technically a pretty big meeting.
What are your all's thoughts on this? We don't have 9 judges here, so
Yeah.
we don't know for sure if we would have enough folks.
Well,
I'll be honest, I typically go on the judges retreat as well. I think Trilly does, myself. I see a few other judges on here that typically go as well.
well, they may have something on the agenda that we really need to see, and participate in. So I think it would be better to change the date if everybody wants to.
Okay, given that, the dates that we were looking at are I have written down March. We're not doing it in March. September 9th, 10th, 11th, or the 24th.
Can you repeat those, please?
9th, 10th, 11th, and the 24th. So let's see. Let me get to second. So that's 9th is Wednesday. So that's the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 9th, 10th, 11th. And then the 24th is the 2 weeks later on a Thursday. And we did have someone, I believe, that said the 10th from your group said that 10th was.
That was me.
Okay.
And I think I am supposed to co-chair it, correct, or chair it. But if a better date works for everybody else, that's fine too.
I'm good on any of those days.
I don't have anything on them.
I'm good
Does
with
the
any of those days
10th
as well.
Does the 10th work for? We've heard from a few of you.
If it's good for Trilly, it's good for Eddie.
Thanks, Eddie.
Oh,
So is that the 10th at 10 o'clock?
let's see, Judge Williams.
I'll vote for the 10th.
Okay.
And
10th
it
is
will
good.
probably, that date will probably start a little earlier, like 9:30, depending on the location. Be all-
That's good with me. That's fine with me.
Okay, so do we need, I think we probably need a motion, correct, to change it. Is there a motion and a second to reschedule the joint meeting for September the 10th.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Okay, thank
I'll
you.
I'll second.
All right, thank you, Judge Williams. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Is anyone opposed? All right, that motion passes. Thank you, Robin and Tiffany. And do you want to just roll through the location and the speaker?
Okay. So the three locations that we looked at this year were Hunt Brothers Pizza in Paris, Bourbon County. But they recently notified me that they are not available during the day because of parking restrictions. We usually have about 50 people come, and that in addition to their workforce would be too much for their parking lot. So that is not an option. So our other two are Mustard Seed Hill in Millersburg. Everyone familiar with that? They do a big Christmas lights thing every year. The cost for that, for their facilities, is $500 for the day, including all the setup and everything. And there's no limitation on the caterer or who does the food. We can do whatever we want. The other option is Shaker Village, which is in Harrodsburg, Mercer County, which they're actually kind of similar, a lot bigger, though, than Mustard Seed Hill, but there are 2 rooms available there that they would let us choose which one we want. If we go there, it's $400 for the facilities, but we have to order lunch from their restaurant. So those are the 2 options. And tied with that for the food. So there's not 3 options for the food. So it's basically, there's 1 restaurant in Millersburg, so we don't have 3 options, but it's a good option. It's a restaurant called the Mill Yard. They serve a variety of Southern style sandwiches and chips, dips and crackers, and their full lunch for 50 people would be $675. So for the rent of the facilities and the food together, it's just a little over $1,100. Shaker Village, we have to do the trustees table for lunch. They have 2 options. You can do box lunches for $18 each, or a plated lunch for $22 each, which does make them more expensive. Going with the cheaper option, which, and I sent this out yesterday, attached it to the minutes, but so it's there for you guys to look at too. But if you have any questions, let me know. But the box lunch option and the rental of the facilities together, it's almost $1,600. So those are basically the 2 options: Mustard Seed Hill and the Mill Yard for $1,000, or Shaker Village for $1,600. And if anybody is thinking the plated lunch option at Shaker
Right.
Village, which is $300 more, the options are roasted pork loin with garlic infused mashed potatoes and country style green beans, or fried chicken and potatoes and green beans.
Does anyone have a motion? I mean, one's quite a bit less expensive, so.
So, yeah,
What do you think?
Mustard Seed Hill, 1,100. Shaker Village, 1,600.
It's right here.
No, over there.
Is there a motion?
Well, we can't go wrong. I would selfishly make a motion for Mustard Seed Hill because I only live 3 miles from there. But Shaker Village is one of my favorite places on earth.
I'll make a motion. We go to Shaker Village.
All right. Do I hear a second to the motion that we
I'll
go to
second that.
Shaker Village? All right. Judge Williams seconds. All right. Now let's have some discussion. Any discussion? presuming we have money for either one, is that correct? Or we pay, okay, all right. I hear no discussion. So all those in favor of using the Shaker Village facility, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is anyone opposed? All right. Shaker Village it is. We'll go into Judge Steele's territory. All
Okay.
right.
So moving on to the speaker, we have three options. Curtis Camponi is a motivational speaker from Tampa, Florida. He's the SETA Florida representative and has presented at many conferences and trainings nationwide. He focuses on strengthening workforce pipelines, supporting youth engagement, and helping leaders across systems communicate with clarity, purpose, and empathy. He has a book, CAPE, Conversations, which means conversations, how superheroes communicate with children, serving as both a philosophical foundation and a practical tool for leaders, caregivers, and professionals. His normal charge is $6,000. He's negotiated with us, and several of us have met him and talked to him at SETA and experienced his sessions, and really are really excited about the possibility. But so he negotiated with us and is willing to come for $2,000. Plus, we would pay the rental car and the hotel. Coach D, Daryl Andrews, is a motivational speaker who used to be a university coach and transitioned into a recognized leadership coach and organizational culture strategist. He specializes in coaching leaders, building positive workplace cultures, and designing comprehensive virtual and live coaching systems that drive sustainable results for employers. So his usual fee is $6,000, and he also negotiated with us, but he's still slightly higher, $2,000 plus rental car, hotel, and meals, and airfare. So the airfare jumps it. So he's probably about $1,000 more than Curtis. Dwight Bain also is the option. He offers captivating talks designed to motivate leaders and spark meaningful change. He intriguingly communicates transformational truths. His dynamic style is designed to engage every audience member in delivering information that is both inspiring and immediately actionable. His cost is $7,500 with all expenses included, and did not negotiate with us. So we have Curtis that we've seen him before from Florida, $2,000 plus rental car and hotel. Coach D, $2,000 plus rental car, hotel, meals, and airfare. So 3,000, you could say, basically, and Dwight Bain at 7,500. Anyone have questions about them?
I guess my question is, do you have one that you all recommend over the others?
Curtis.
Curtis?
Curtis?
Yeah. Anytime that there is a SETA or any conference that we go to, I know all board staff try to make sure and attend his session. It's very motivational. Some of this stuff he says, you already think it, but he brings it to you in a way that it reopens your eyes. But now Daryl's good too, and so is the other one, but Curtis is very energetic, outgoing, and just makes you think about things a different way. If that makes sense. I don't know if it does or not, but that's the best way I can explain it.
Okay.
I
All
can
right.
only vouch for Curtis. I've heard Curtis speak at SETA, and he's like a little stick of dynamite. I mean, he's just jumping around all over the place, and he really gets you involved in what his message is. So that's my 2 cents.
All right. Well, does anyone want to make a motion? I
have
don't
a
know
two-
any of the three. Judge Watson?
She said that was her 2 cents. I don't have the 2 cents, but I'll make a motion.
Okay, that's what we need right now. Is there a second?
I'll make a motion. Second it.
All right, Judge Barnes, and that is to ask Curtis if he would be our speaker. All right, any other comments?
Unless we
To the
can
motion.
get Judge Watson to do it cheaper.
No, you leave me out.
Depends on
Judge-
whether he's a stick of dynamite, right?
Oh, he is.
Mayor Gordon?
Yes,
Sorry, may I add something? I meant to mention on the previous vote and I forgot, so I want to circle back to that, the location vote. I had talked to both of those locations about September 16th and that they were available. Since we just changed the date, I'm not 100% sure. So would it be
Okay.
okay with you guys if we say, so you voted for Shaker Village, but if for some reason Shaker Village is not available, would it be okay to go with the Mustard Seed Hill?
is everybody, all my
That's
judges, can you give a
Yes.
nod? Or
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Yes.
okay, everybody's good with that.
Okay.
That makes
perfect.
sense. All right. Okay, now the motion on the floor is to ask Curtis to be our speaker. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Is anyone opposed? All right, that passes. Okay, thank you for that, Robin and Tiffany. We have several informational items and I am here until 11. So Judge Steele, if we go past 11, can you take the chair for me?
Yes. Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not sure we will, but okay. So let's roll right through our informational items and we'll start with Tiffany.
Okay, so twice a year we give a strategic planning update. You'll see in your packet, it begins on page 38. We have it set up basically as red, we're not meeting the measure, green we are, and there's the different shades in between. We're on track to meet all our measures and our goals connected to our strategic plan. The one that we've made significant progress on is removing the childcare barriers with our Childcare Council of Kentucky initiative that we've pushed. And we're still trying to figure out other ways to go completely 100% and hit that measure all the way. But that's still a work in progress, but we're making good progress toward it. So that's all I have, unless anyone has any questions on this strategic planning deeper dive.
Any questions? That's great, all that green.
I know.
Beautiful.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
That was planned, wasn't it, Judge Bottom?
That's right.
Oh, okay, very good. Thank you. Colin, do you have a status of the budget for fiscal year 27 for us?
Yes, ma'am. So I don't have like a very detailed update other than just I can kind of give you an update on kind of where we're at on what we're waiting on. So at the next meeting, I expect we will have a budget draft to present. But at this one, at this time, we do not have our planning numbers yet from the state. Usually around this time or maybe early April, they'll send us just an email that kind of outlines what the state is planning on with dislocated worker program, adult, youth. And that's where we initially start our budget process with is what are those numbers. And so we're waiting to see that. Once that happens, then we can actually start to make an accurate guess. Right now we have, we're trending well in all of our programs to have some carryover into fiscal year 27. So probably at least 600,000 in adult and dislocated worker programs each. We'll have around 400 to 500 in youth still. In addition to, we've got all those, those youth funds still out there. And then the BG CAP program is still going to roll over to next year as well. But then also we're heading into April, and that's when our youth funding should. That's when we usually start to expect to see an NFA for our youth grant. Usually that doesn't come until early May, but that grant starts in April the 1st. That's when the period of performance begins. So that's when we start to look for that. But that'll be our first grant for FY27 when we get that eventually. But long story short, we're just waiting to see what the state's planning numbers are and updates on what's coming next. So at the next meeting, you should have something more substantive on what the budget for next year is going to be. But we have those
Very
grants
good.
rolling over. We have grants that are still sticking with us. So we're trending well for next year.
Very good. Any questions about that?
And I was just going to give a little bit of more background. On March 20th is whenever we have our director's call. And I do know that it is on the agenda to ask the state when we can expect those planning numbers.
Very good.
Good news.
All right. That is good. Any other questions or comments for Colin? All right. We will go down to updated credentials, and I see Kevin Moore is here. Are you here, Kevin?
I'm here.
Okay, very good.
So on the updating of the credential
Yes,
policy,
please.
it's we're just replacing ECOS, which is a former platform that we used, to use a more generic term of the state system. Instead of putting a name on the state system, that way if they ever change again, you don't have to change this policy. Because now it's Key Suite, and then they could buy another system. If we put in that things have to be entered into Key Suite, well, then you would have to change your policy again. So that's what we're changing on the credentials.
Okay, does anyone have any questions about that for Kevin? All righty, thank you very much. Tiffany, we're back to you.
Typically whenever we attended this last set of, Hannah had a session about quality assurance. Robin, myself, Crystal Dean, who's with the DSP, and Debbie Link, who is with the Child Care Council of Kentucky and sits on our board. We had our session as well. Normally we get a little spreadsheet that says how we done. We haven't gotten that yet, but I can give an update on the fact that I know that Hannah has had a couple of individuals reach out to her from other states and other areas on getting more information on her session. And I know that I've been reached out to by, I want to think it's Georgia and Alabama, so that they can hopefully wash, rinse, and repeat and do something like we're doing there here. So that's all I got on that. Once we do get that actual survey, we'll have it in the next packet. And that's it on that.
Tiff, can I
Alright.
say something about Hannah?
Yes.
So I just have to give a shout out to Hannah and how proud I am of her as well. I met Hannah, 7-8 years ago now, and Hannah started at the ad, and she came in and she was the office assistant, did a great job. But just to watch Hannah, how much she's grown to the point to where now she is presenting at regional conferences is just really an awesome accomplishment. And I know Tiff is super proud of her and everybody else on the board and the board staff. So congrats, Hannah, to how much you've grown and what an accomplishment. So yay for you.
That's
to
wonderful.
And to add to Amy, Hannah is also a professional actress now.
Oh.
She had a starring role as Allie the alligator. at the
Oh,
conference.
very good.
And she did a great job.
She absolutely did. There's a TikTok of her if anybody would like to see it.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Hannah, on all counts. Oh, goodness. Okay, Stacy, where are you?
Hey,
There you
just
are.
hi. Just
Hi.
a really quick update for the members roster. You'll see in your packet the members that are highlighted on the list in orange are those that are either leaving or their term is expiring during this year. So I know that Mayor Gordon and Judge Steele have received a couple of nomination and appointment forms already. You'll notice that Michelle Cobb in green is a new appointment. She has since been appointed. We've received the signature on that, so thank you both for that. But it had not been updated at the time that this paper was issued to Robin. Those in red will be members who have already notified us that they are leaving this year, so we will have a couple of new appointments coming on. But this is just an update for informational purposes. But if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to try to answer them for you.
Okay, are there questions for Stacy? This is great. I love color coding.
Me too.
All right, very good. And so we have, including Matt, we have 3 leaving this year. Is that correct?
Yes, Connie
Okay.
Schnell is retiring, and Daniel King actually notified us last year that he will be leaving at the end of his term.
Okay.
So,
All right. Okie doke. Very good. All right. That brings us to our one-stop operator, Todd.
Good morning, everybody. So I'll run through my report real quick so we can get to Jennifer. So this is for the month of February. You can see we got 774 in-person and walk-ins. The referral number continues to still soar. We had 349 for February. I just ran the numbers for March about a week ago, and we were up to like 375. So we continue to see that number go up. We've got a new person on staff, Taryn, who is one of our, actually one of our WEX youth that is working for us, and she is going to be handling all these referrals, doing a great job so far for us. So she's got a heavy task with all these referrals that are coming into the program. You can see we've got a couple of hiring and VR events, and Rolando and I continue to do all of the rapid response sessions for the BG CAB project there in Richmond. I think we're up to session 29 now, so they're rapidly approaching. We're doing about at least 2 a month for the past couple months now, so they are winding down, but we'll continue to do those until the last folks are leaving the Army Depot there. One of the things that's not on the report, because Rolando and I just finished this, we presented at a session for the early child care or childhood education conference there that was at downtown at the Hilton. So we presented on the Kentucky Career Center services for Bluegrass at the early childhood education conference last week, just to continue to get the word out. Since child care and early education is one of our high demand sectors, we wanted to promote the opportunities that we had for individuals that were in those sectors to kind of spread the word a little bit more. But that will be my report for February, and I'll take any questions that you got.
Okay, are there questions?
I don't have a question, but I would like to add, kind of to toot the Career Center's horn a little bit. Since we have done the online referral forms, there's an option for people to opt in, and Todd was talking about the number of referrals they get through that. From that, we send out newsletters, and we are up to almost 3,000 job seekers across the Bluegrass who receive a newsletter each month from us that highlight things like job fairs and job openings and success stories. So I just wanted to share that information, that's one of the ways that we're reaching out to folks.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Anything else before we leave Todd? All right. Thank you very much. And Jennifer, I think you are our last informational report.
Thank you so much. I'll go through this pretty quickly and then answer any questions. Our enrollment numbers are substantially up from this time last year. So we are at 452 for the program year. And then we also have 370 total non-WIOA enrollments. So enrollment numbers are really high and really good. Our budget is on trend to spend what we need to spend for the program year. At any given time, we have between 20 and 30 work-based learning participants that we're paying for work experience for. We have 150 people currently that we're paying for trainings for, so tuition assistance, training programs. And then we have, our goal is to be in each of your counties every single month. And not only are we in those counties, but we're also launching special initiatives in each of those counties. And so we're working very close with all of your counties. Some of the current ones that we have going on right now, or that we've completed, is Estill and PAL for CDL, and Estill and PAL for EMT training. We have that going on right now. We work very close with BCTC, and they pretty much give us trainings on demand whenever we need those. So we're working very close with them for some CDL training in Mercer and Boyle. We do have a Mercer and Boyle CDL initiative that was scheduled to start in March that we've postponed to May. So if you all know anybody in Mercer and Boyle that would be interested in CDL training, we certainly would like to talk to those individuals. We have a pharmacy tech going on right now with BCTC. We have a nurse aide. Of course, we continue to work with TaylorMade for the recovery population. So lots of good things in each county. There are 3 things that we're actively recruiting for, and then I'll wrap it up and let you all ask any questions. But in addition to that Mercer and Boyle CDL initiative, we really need candidates for. We also are working in Bourbon County and Clark for dry stone class with BCTC. And I know that I had spoken with Judge Williams previously about maybe getting into the detention center and working with some of those work release inmates for dry stone. So that's something that we're still very interested in. And then also Tiff and I recently met with a forklift training provider. And so we would love to bring forklift training out to every county. And so I'm actively in those counties recruiting for that. So if you all have any ideas or would like to talk to me about any of that later or offline, I'd be happy to do that. But the report starts on page 52 and it's several pages. We're in all of your counties every single month. Enrollments are high in every county. But I'll answer any questions if you all have any.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Are there questions for Jennifer? I don't see any. So thank you again. All right. That brings us close to the end, and I'll ask if anyone has any what we call open discussion, or I like to call for the good of the board, any information that you want to bring up. Anything at all? Well, before we adjourn, I have one thing I wanted to mention, and I'm glad that David Duttlinger is on here because I don't know if you are aware, but congratulations are in order. In April, the University of Kentucky Martin School of Public Policy and Administration is honoring David as their distinguished alumni. And it's an annual award that they do. So David, I just wanted to congratulate you, and I'll be there to see you. And my CAO, Sally Hamilton, is being inducted into their Hall of Fame. So I've got 2 reasons to be there. So congratulations.
And what was
Thank
that
you,
date
Mayor.
again?
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
What was that date again, Mayor?
Pardon me?
What was the date again?
I believe it's April 21st. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
right, David?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct. I think it'll be at the Pam Miller Art Center in downtown Lexington from 5:30 to 7:30. So big honor, certainly appreciate it, and appreciate everyone's support here that's on this call and beyond that have given me the opportunities to be able to put that degree to good use.
And you've gotten, I hope you're looking at the chat, you've gotten a few congrats already. So
Thank you all.
it's I know that they put a lot of thought into these 2 annual awards, and so we're very happy about that. Okay, well, if there is nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
All right, anybody want to second it?
I'll second, Mayor.
Everybody seconds it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we stand adjourned, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for all your good work.